Olympic sport. Well, there's Viktor Tikhonov, who has not really been in a very good frame of mind this week. I don't think he's totally pleased with the way his hockey team has been playing, but he looks very relaxed tonight. He's been signing a lot of autographs along with his team as they watch this game between Canada and the United States. And Canada leading the game 4-1. Soviet Union, of course, tomorrow night will be playing Czechoslovakia for the gold medal. Soviets, despite Mr. Tikhonov's view that they are not playing very well, have already beaten Czechoslovakia 4-0, beaten Team USA 10-1, and Canada 4-1 in the 3 preliminary round games here at the tournament. So here we go, third period, and we'll start the period, a rare occasion, with both teams at full strength. Dan.
Sound the trumpets. Canada 4, USA 1. Here's Schreiber back in his own zone. Zalapsky back to pick it up. Trying to clear one. Sockins for the United States holding it in. And then it's Zalapsky clearing it for Canada. All the way to the United States end of the rink. Sockins is there. They waved off the icing on the way down. Sockins tries to clear. Zalapsky at the point. The Schreiber missed him. That's Hapshide into forecheck. Dunn trying to clear it. Chris Felix a shot. And he whipped that one just wide. Now Chahaki. But Zalapsky is there defensively. The center ice to Schreiber. Now down to the United States end of the rink, and Taglianetti starts back. 4-1 in favor of Team Canada early in the third period. Taglianetti tied up in the corner and pinned in there by Team Canada's defenseman Dave Ryerson. And we get a face-off.
Peter Taglianetti, who is working on defense with Dominic Campanelli, who should be playing for Milan.
Canada's 4 goals, by the way, Ron. 2 of them on the power play. 1 of them shorthanded. 1 of them with the teams a man short. The only goal in this game that's been scored when the teams are at full strength was the United States goal by Turcotte. A statistician's nightmare unfolding here in Calgary. 4-1, Canada leading. Shooting it in, Campanelli back to pick it up. Now, stolen and a backhander by Doucette, and a good save there by Daskalakis. Here's Campanelli, clearing to Turcotte. Back to Campanelli. Headmanning to Hull. And Hull taken out nicely by the newcomer on Team Canada, Brent Micklin. Shot down the ice. Cronin back for the United States. Cronin being forechecked, but breaks out of there and gets it to Turcotte. Doucette checked him. Now Campanelli for the United States. Here's Fabian Joseph unable to get on track. Hull checked him. Now Colway carries in, and it's offside at the Team Canada blue line. From the Saddle Dome, this is the Calgary Cup, live on CTV.
Cliff Ronning out there, and he has been clearly the dominant player in this game, Dan.
No question. A goal and 2 assists, and he's seemingly had the puck all night. Here's Joseph for Canada. Now Ronning got it, but couldn't get it centered. And back comes Middendorf for Team USA. Intercepted by Ronning. Here he is again. Ronning off the goal post with that shot. There's the man that Ron Roche was talking about. Little Cliff Ronning, and what a game he's had.
You know, the thing that has impressed me as much as his offensive play is some of the things he's done defensively. Now, right here, he is just right on the right spot. And he just kicks it ahead, and now he is just racing against Cronin, and then wheels it off the crossbar, and out of play. Cliff Ronning.
Native of Burnaby, British Columbia. He rewrote some scoring records with New Westminster in his junior career. Here's a lead pass into center ice intended for Todd Chanel. And Team Canada hustling back. Ryerson getting to it first. And it's icing against the United States.
Dave Ryerson, number 22 for Team Canada. 4 years at Michigan Tech, and he was the captain there. And before his college career, played Tier 2 hockey with Prince Albert before they became a major junior hockey club under Terry Simpson. He Played for the 1981 and 82 Centennial Cup champions. He's a Calgary draft choice, so they're keeping a very close eye on him here in the Calgary area.
Here's a loose puck that Stiles couldn't hold in. Now it's Colway at his own line, back to Ryerson. And the fans here in Calgary get into the wave. Canada with a 4-1 lead. Ryerson to Stiles. Back to Ryerson. He drops it back, and it's taken by Carpin. Back to Stiles. Into center ice to Nieuwendyk, number 28. Nieuwendyk in with Stapleton. Stapleton centers. Shot by Ryerson up high. And Taglianetti has it for the United States. Now cleared down the ice. Hampshire back for Canada. Lost it. Chance and a shot off the arm of Burke. Is racing in on right wing was Dan Dorian. And on a giveaway, Dorian almost scored. Now it's number 12, Mike Donnelly. Here's Chahaki centered. And Zalapsky there to intercept. Zalapsky shooting it away. It'll go the length of the ice. Taglianetti back. And that's icing against Team Canada. And a big save moments ago by Sean Burke.
Well, there's the coach of Team USA, Craig Patrick, who is kind of pressed into this very late. Kind of threw together a team. He's had a grand total of 3 practices here this week in Calgary, along with 4 games. So it's earn while you learn time as far as USA was concerned, and people were shocked that they even won the one game, which, as it turned out, was a game against a very flat Team Canada to open the tournament.
Here's Ken Berry for Canada. Gets the puck into center ice. Back comes Donnelly. Big shot. Burke a save. And he held on to it. Donnelly, big college scorer, had 59 goals for Michigan State last year. He's had some good chances here tonight.
Well, Donnelly with the United States with those 59 goals in only 44 games at Michigan State. It's a teammate of the first pick in the draft, Joe Murphy. Last year, first pick in the NHL draft. Murphy taken by Detroit. A little difference in age between the two.
He's playing with New Haven in the American League right now. Face off. Won by Hampshire, and Berry starts to carry out. Ahead on right wing for Schreiber, trying to center. Couldn't. Now, Team Canada's Hampshire couldn't get it in front. Here's Campanelli. Hampshire shoots one. And that hit a skate and went wide. Berry in to get it. Berry for Canada. Back on the point. Felix to Hampshire. Couldn't center, and Sean Cronin takes it away. Donnelly for the United States, number 12. Donnelly racing in. Tried to center, a whack at it by Chahaki. Now into the corner goes Schreiber. And he's held there, and we'll get a face-off in Team Canada's end of the ring. From the Saddle Dome, this is the Calgary Cup, live on CTV. With Brad Park, Ron Roosh, and Dan Matheson, Dan Kelly in Calgary. 4-1 Canada here in the third period. United States get the puck near the net, then Nicoletti knocked on the seat of his pants, and Sean Burke is able to cover up on the loose puck.
One of the factors, of course, in this tournament and any international game is conditioning, and it may come into play here in this game in the final 10 minutes or so. We'll listen to Dave King is watching things here, but they have, of course, King himself says that aerobically, Team Canada is as strong as the Soviet Union. I'm not so sure that the USA is playing a professional schedule as they do.
Puck is loose on the boards. Stiles couldn't clear it. Here's Turcotte trying to center. Doucette intercepts that out to Sherman. Sherman overskating it. He drops it back, and now taken by the newcomer, Brent Meckling, number 26, from the University of Calgary. He dumps it in. Cleared by Sockins, stolen, centered. Sherman, weak shot, blocked by Sockins. Sherman had a chance but got off a weak shot. And here's Brett Hull. to Pat Nicoletti. Nicoletti with a shot. Stick save made by Burke, and he held on to it. And we'll get a face-off in the Team Canada end of the ring.
George Shervin doing a pretty good job of forechecking in front of the net and wound up giving himself a chance. Shervin from Saskatchewan. We see the goaltender out of the net. Now things get really messed up as the defenseman missed the play. And when that kind of thing happens, that was just kind of a weak shot by Shervin, but that kind of thing happens. Usually it leads to a scoring chance.
Those are things that drive coaches crazy. The goaltender goes out, he makes a good play, he stops it, everything's right except somebody overskates the puck.
False alarm on the face-off. They'll do it over again between Colwaite and Ronning, and Team Canada get it and feed it to Ronning off his skate, and now controlled by the United States. Here's Taglianetti. Couldn't get it through the defense. Felix there to feed Ronning. Flip Ronning. Moving in, back to Joseph. Shoots, glove save. Glove save there by Daskalakis after a fine offensive rush by Canada.
Well, it's Cliff Ronning again. He just seems to be all over the place, and the puck seems to follow him around a little bit tonight as he drops this one off. And there's Fabian Joseph. And there's the glove save. That's what you call a major league save there, Brad.
I think so. It's quick reflexes by Cleon Daskalakis. But the angle that we had before, he did not have the angle on the shot. There was too much that Daskalakis was giving on the glove side. He could sit there tomorrow and look at that replay and he says, uh-oh, I was in trouble if anybody blows that puck by me.
Face off deep in the U.S. end of the rink. Ronning gets the draw to Zalapsky. Tries to center to Vilgrand. Vilgrand taken out by Cronin. And Colwaite clearing it out to Vargas, number 21. Back to Kurt Colwaite, number 19. Shot right on. Burke a save. He wasn't sure where it was for a second. Then found it and held on to it.
Well, the NFL playoffs and Dan Kelly's Cleveland Browns are going to play the New York Jets tomorrow, 12:30 Eastern, and then the late game on Sunday, New England against Denver. John Shannon, our producer, says it's going to be the Denver Broncos.
They're not Dan Kelly's Cleveland Browns. They're Art Modell's. I wish they were Dan Kelly.
Best record in the AFC.
Here's Stiles. Clearing it to Joseph, number 8. Fabian Joseph for Canada to Ronning. Canada with a 4-1 lead. Ronning to Joseph. Joseph moving in. Couldn't get around the defense, and it's cleared, and Stiles gives it to Vilgrand. Back to Ryerson, now to Joseph. Ahead to Claude Vilgrand. Vilgrand trying to center, and the United States clear it out. Stiles, number 4, controlling it there, and flips it in. Knocked out by Campanelli. He knocked it to a teammate with a hand pass, and that stops play. 4-1, Canada leading from the Saddle Dome. This is the Calgary Cup, live on CTV. .13-11 left in the third period. Canada 4, the U.S. 1. Canada with a line of Nieuwendyk, Carpin, and now Zalapsky getting it to Nieuwendyk to Carpin. Stapleton's the other member of that line. Here's Von Carpin to Nieuwendyk. Now Stapleton, the trailer, fired it in. Intercepted by Mersch. Mike Mersch tries to clear. Felix at the point, shoots, blasted wide. That deflected and was just wide of the net. Now number 10, Chanel for the United States. The number 17, Scott Johnson. Broken up by Canada, clearing it to Stapleton, number 15. Into center ice to Nieuwendyk, number 28. Around the defense, leaves it there, but Dan Dorian intercepted. Cleared it away for the United States. Now, here's Donnelly. He's been dangerous all night for Team USA. Now centered out in front. Oh, and a man was open, Chahaki, but he couldn't get a shot off. Now a shot by Sockets. Good stick save there by Sean Burke. The United States with pressure on, centering it, but taken over by Wally Schreiber, and he clears it down the ice. Going back is Taglianetti, and that's icing against Canada with now 11:50 left in the third period.
Well, Sean Burke has not been under the pressure he has been in this tournament, looking for his first win in the tournament after dropping 2 games. In this game, he has dealt with only 19 shots. We're about to see one of them, and a close-in play in front of the net. And there it is, as it comes directly in front. Again, he is right there. A lot of things he does that I think seem a little beyond his years. He's only 19.
He does stand in there well.
Reminds me a little bit, Brad, of Mike Liut of the Hartford Whalers. I guess it's his lankiness or his...
I agree with you, Dan. He's very agile for a big guy. Can get down in a hurry and get up in a hurry. There's a rule of thumb. You look at Daskalauskas, who's probably a lot smaller and quicker, but doesn't fill up the net. Where a guy like Burke is bigger, maybe doesn't have the quickest reflexes, but he does fill up more of the net.
Here's Ryerson, hits Habscheid on the fly. He's got Schreiber with him, shoots, he scores! Habscheid to make it 5-1 Canada.
Key to this one, look at the pass by Ryerson coming out of the zone. As Mark Habscheid is sent in all alone, but boy, he'll never see it's a Larry Robinson pass or a Brad Park pass from deep inside the zone. And then, again, I think you might look at the angle the goaltender gives him. He has blown it again. This time he paid the price.
Well, Daskalauskas was out on the shot, but he started backing up towards the net. And anytime you've got a good angle and a guy coming down the wing, you want to drift with him, because the farther he goes into the corner, the less his angle is. And I think Daskalauskas was backing to the net, but Habscheid just blew it by him under his blocker and over his right leg. And a great pass from Ryerson.
The scoring play was Habscheid from Ryerson and Schreiber. 8:29 the time. Now the United States on the attack, but Ryerson cleared it away. Here's a breakaway. McLaren moving in to Sherman, and a big save. Rebound. And that stopped as well by Daskalauskas. And now the United States coming back. Brett Hull trying to drop it back to Turcotte. Turcotte trying to leave it there for Micheletti, but it's cleared out by Canada. And Taglianetti is back together. How about a 2-man breakaway? That's when you catch the U.S. playing very wide open.
Well, they're down. They're trailing by 4. They've got to really open up, and this is going to happen. You've got to depend on your goaltender here.
Here's Hull to Micheletti. Shot right on. Save made by Burke. And now Felix cleared to center. Back is Campidelli for the United States. Dominic Campidelli right back for Team USA. Moving in, a diving poke check by this guy, Chris Felix, to break it up. He gives it to Zalapski. Zalapski for Canada. Losing. Micheletti now trying to center. Micheletti taken out behind the net by Zalapski. Now Colway centered, but intercepted, and here's Fabian Joseph, number 8. Got the center, that's as far as he got, and then it's offside at Team Canada's blue line. From the Saddle Dome, this is the Calgary Cup, live on CTV.
Well, in the last 8.5 periods, the United States has been outscored 26-4. This is why that has happened. As you saw, both number 20 McLaren, number 10 Sherman getting a chance. 2-on-0 on the U.S. goaltender. 26-4. It's not much defense.
That was Bilgrau carrying in, but it's offside at the United States blue line.
Keep driving. 9.5 miles. Come on, guys. Keep going. Come on, gang. Come on, baby dolls. Come on.
And Team Canada bench sounding noisy tonight. Here's Cliff Ronning with a shot wide. Bilgrau, who's played a strong game, getting it to Joseph. He's also played very well. To Bilgrau. Now back of the net to Joseph. To Cliff Ronning. Ronning, centered. Here's Stiles, shoots. Bad save by Daskalauskas. Ronning again for Canada. Middendorf checked him. Middendorf spinning. Now firing it out on left wing to Vargas, number 21. Vargas taken up. Middendorf is there. Drops it back. Taglianetti is shot wide. Vargas couldn't center. Now Middendorf has it. Couldn't get it in front. Joseph clears to Ronning. Number 27 Ronning for Canada. Upended by Taglianetti. Fans thought he should have had a penalty. None called. Taglianetti right back, dumping it in. Knocked in behind the goal. Scott Johnson trying to center, but Stapleton clears it away. And here's Stiles trying to get it to Nieuwendyk. Chanel drops it to Campidelli as he gives it to Taglianetti, who just shoots it in. 8:15 left in the third period. 5-1 Canada. And now a play is offside at Team Canada's blue line. From the Saddle Dome, this is the Calgary Cup live on CTV.
Canada 5, the United States 1.
Play is underway as Campidelli cleared it up the middle to Chanel. He loses. Von Karpen had a chance but lost it. And Dorian starts back for the United States. Dan Dorian dropping it to Taglianetti. Shoots one wide as he tried for the short side. Loose puck. Nieuwendyk racing after it. Nieuwendyk racing in a 2-on-1. Couldn't get it to Stapleton. Good play by this guy, Taglianetti, to break it up. Number 6 for the United States, Peter Taglianetti. On right wing to Chanel. Now to Donnelly. Ryerson there to clear it. And here's Barry for Canada to Hampshire. Hampshire shoots. Daskalakis a save. Put that up high. He's shaken up on the play. Daskalakis still down at his knees as play goes on. United States roll a check in the corner. Trying to center. And now back up Canada. 2-on-1. With the goaltender shaken up. Hampshire to Barry, and it bounced over Barry's stick. Now Hampshire again. Moving in. Drops it back. Barry shot wide. Here's Nieuwendyk. Into Schreiber. Now to Hampshire. He's pinned in against the boards. And the happiest man about that is Cleon Daskalakis. He took that and shot up high and was shaken up.
Well, I think what happened there, he took it off the shoulder, and as you know, Brad, when you get something like that happen, everything just seems to go numb on you, and he's in a great deal of pain. Get a chance to look at what happened here. There comes the shot, and that may have been off the the upper part of the arm, that muscle area in the biceps, and he was really in pain.
Those chest protectors the goaltenders wear, I mean, they're going to protect a lot of shots, but anytime somebody shoots the puck from that close and that hard, I don't care what kind of equipment you've got on, it's going to go right through it, and it could go right through your shin pad, it could go through your pants, but it hurts, and he's awful numb. It's going to take him 3 or 4 minutes to get it back.
They're just trying to shake it off right now. You can see what's happening. We'd like to remind you, of course, that the Calgary Cup is part of Preview 88, the sports competition series, as a preview to the 1988 Olympics. Coming up here in the Calgary area, actually in Calgary at the Max Bell Arena, will be a curling competition. Men's and women's finals will be on April 25th, but the curling competition will go on from April 18th to 25th, and CTV will supply same-day coverage of the final. That's at the Max Bell Arena here in Calgary.
Stiles a shot from the point. Turned aside by Daskalakis. We're down under 7 minutes left. 6.5 left in the third period. Team USA trailing 5-1. Bronze medal game. Tomorrow night, the gold medal game between Russia and Czechoslovakia. McLaren getting it to center to Sherman. Leaves it for Doucette. Shoots, glove save. Daskalakis. And he held on to it, even though he lost his balance.
Well, so much for being hurt. As you say, you shake it off, and you have to go right back in there. As Benoit is set, here's the shot. And that's another good glove save by Daskalakis.
Cleon made a great save on that one, but it was the other shoulder that got hurt. That was his good hand.
Well, out comes Joseph to join Ronning again, and every time this line has been on the ice, Bill Graham, of course, playing as well on the line. There's been fireworks.
Play underway as Team Canada with Zalapski shooting it to the U.S. blue line. Knocked away, and here's Cliff Ronning, number 27. Ronning feeding one up the middle. That's called back on a two-line offside. From the Saddle Dome, this is the Calgary Cup live on CTV. Canada 5, the United States 1. 5:50 left in the third period. A win for Canada would be their first in the Calgary Cup and give them the bronze medal. Here's Cliff Ronning, unable to center it this time. Campanelli trying to clear it. Ryerson held it in with a blast that the goaltender Daskalakis got a piece of his stick on. Ryerson chasing back. Off the boards to Joseph. Now to Zalapski. Zalapski couldn't get around Mersch, who shot it back to center. Chris Felix, 4 assists in this game for Felix. Shooting it back in. Now Middendorf, number 16 for the United States. Out to Vargas. Head manning to Mersch. Mersch just shoots it in. Stiles going back for Canada. Stiles clearing it ahead. Kurt Colway ahead to Stapleton. Moves it over onto the wing, and a shot by Neuendijk wide of the net. Stiles over to Felix, who flips it in. Taglianetti for the United States. Forecheck. Here's Neuendijk. Wide to center, but the United States take over and work it to Middendorf, number 16. Max Middendorf. Cross ice pass comes to Felix in the Team Canada zone. Shot out, shot back in offside at the Canadian blue line.
Well, the name that we keep bringing up is Cliff Ronning. There you see him in the foreground of your picture. I guess we shouldn't be so surprised at how effective he is offensively. 2 years ago, he scored 89 goals and 108 assists with New Westminster and broke the scoring record in the Western Hockey League, a record that had stood a long time. Brian Propp had held that record while playing with Brandon before going on, of course, to star with the Philadelphia Flyers. So Ronning, just a great game for him tonight.
Ronning, Zalapski, Stiles, Schreiber, and Hampshire have scored the goals. It's 5-1 Canada. Scott Johnson for the United States to Todd Chenell. Number 10, Chenell to Johnson, number 17. Into the corner, Barry took the man out, and Ryerson able to clear it to Hampshire. Johnson couldn't hold it in, and here's Barry breaking out. Taglianetti tied him up. Here's Schreiber to Hampshire. He scores! Hampshire to make it 6-1 Canada.
Well, Hampshire scored 2 in a row. He really wasn't very effective through the first 2 periods, but suddenly he's caught fire, and he's been effective here in the third period. Schreiber to Hampshire. Good play. Nicely timed, right at the net. And a one-timer right into the net.
He did a very good job for Mark Hampshire taking that pass, because it was a hard pass. He didn't have a lot of room to work with. He was right in the crease, and he just controlled it. Beat Daskalakis. The pass had beat Daskalakis, and he just chipped it in.
6-1 now in favor of Canada. 3:44 to play on the goal by Hampshire. Now the United States coming back, but back checking is Sherman. He gives it to Tony Stiles. Stiles for Canada to Don McLaren, number 20. McLaren rips a shot off the skate of Daskalakis and then cleared by the United States up over the boards. From the Saddle Dome, this is the Calgary Cup live on CTV. Mark Hampshire has scored 2 goals here in the third period. Canada has a 6-1 lead. By the way, Hampshire now with 5 points in the tournament, same number as Felix, and they lead Team Canada in scoring with 5 points each. Ronning and Vilgra are right behind with 4 apiece. And Ronning has had 3 of them in this game, right for the faceoff. Daskalakis grabbed the puck and held on.
Well, it doesn't get any better for Team USA, who are rapidly running out of gas. And now with 6 goals against them here, they have had 27 scored on them in 3 games.
Running out of gas and running out of time. 3:10 left. The United States lose it. Here's a chance for Doucette. Benoit Doucette trying to feed it through, but the back checker there to intercept was Rolacek. He cleared it away. Styles back for Canada. He's bumped by Chahaki now. Centered, but here comes Doucette in a 3-on-2. Team Canada break. Doucette over to Sherman. One-timed it, but he was a country mile wide with the shot. Back comes number 12, Donnelly. This pass hits Zalapski. Donnelly got it. Now a 2-on-1 Canada break. McLaren to Sherman. Sherman. That shot deflected as it hit Sawkins and went to the corner. And the United States clear it out. Shot back in. Sawkins is there for the United States. Sawkins ahead to Turcotte. Moves in. Shoots and shot it wide. Now a centering pass taken by Ronning. Ronning checked and Sawkins is there for the United States. 2 minutes left. Peter Sawkins moving in to Micheletti. Micheletti shooting off a stick and up into the crowd.
Now tomorrow night we'll be bringing you the gold medal game in the Canada Cup. It'll be the Soviet Union against Czechoslovakia for the gold medal here. The Calgary Cup, of course. And you see the Soviets there watching. And that big yawn there from the fellow on the right might tell you the story of the way things have gone here in the 3rd period. Not much to be learned from what they've seen here this evening.
I think that's going to be a great game tomorrow. I sat down very low for the first time they met here this week, and it was just great. The speed, the execution, the passing, the way they moved back and forth. I was really impressed, and I've seen a lot of great hockey players, but the tempo in that game was something to really get excited about.
Canada has really dominated the last 2 periods. Second period, they outshot the United States 13-4. Here in the 3rd, they've outshot the U.S. so far 13-5. And Canada leading 6-1. Ronning to Bilgras. Can't get it centered. Now Brett Hull after the puck. He's checked by Styles, and it's called on an offside at the United States blue line.
Well, the Soviet Union beat Czechoslovakia earlier 4-0 as we look at Brett Hull in this tournament. But you have to look back to the Izvestia tournament, which is to the Soviets and to Europeans as big a tournament as the Canada Cup is to us, and is treated that way in Europe. And in that game, Czechoslovakia lost to the Soviet Union just 1-0. And when it comes down to the money game, and this is, of course, what the final gold medal game is going to be, I think we can expect a similar type of result. I don't think anybody's going to get away from anybody.
Here's Schreiber clearing it in for Canada. Sawkins with a minute left in the 3rd period. Cleared it out for the United States. Canada. Now it's Kurt Calway carrying in, and it's offside at the Team Canada blue line as you look at Kurt Calway. Brad Park, just before you leave to go down to the studio, Ron made a comment earlier that I'm sure fans would want to hear your explanation of. He said conditioning, because of the Team Canada international competition, would be greater than the Team USA, which has been playing in professional hockey. Explain, if you will.
I think one of the reasons the conditioning, you've got a bigger rink, and quickness really counts. The Team Canada, they're conditioned to play at a higher speed and higher tempo because of their international play than most of the Americans are, because they're playing at the American League level.
The other thing is, and the point I was trying to make there was, playing an 80-game schedule, conditioning is, you have to get it at training camp because it's very difficult to maintain it during the regular season at the level aerobically that they have with the Soviet team and with a team like Team Canada.
That's true, and Dave King said that the Team Canada, this team right now, is aerobically as well conditioned as the Russians. Where they are not as well conditioned is strength-wise. The Russians are that much stronger.
We're in the final seconds of this game. Puck centered out in front. Calway a chance, but he fanned on it. Now 15 seconds left as Canada come out of their own zone. Team Canada with a 6-1 lead. They work it in front. Half shy shoots. Oskalakis a save. Campanelli comes up with the puck. This game is over. And Team Canada wins the bronze medal here at the Calgary Cup. The final score, Canada 6, the United States 1.
Well, Team Canada dominated it, of course, outshooting the United States in the third period, 14-5, 41-20 overall. The USA playing about where one would expect they would play in this tournament. As I said, the shocker at the outset of the tournament was they win.